Shaq Nasty Jim plays Hearts of Iron 4. We just became Fascist America. And not a moment too soon. Because we are running out of stuff to focus on. So now you can see though, our Caribbean sphere gives fascism support instead of democratic support, and that's the same for everything. Oh, hold up, new stuff. German demands for Sudeten territory in Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable German minority, have intensified. At a summit held in Munich, Germany, Britain, France, and Italy sought to find a diplomatic solution to the so-called Sudeten crisis. Czechoslovakia was not invited to attend. An agreement was reached in which Germany annexes Sudetenland, but will not pursue any further territorial gains in Europe. Mr. Chamberlain spoke to crowds in London. For the second time, a Prime Minister has returned from Germany, bringing peace with honor. I believe this is peace for our time. No war this year. So I think I'm going to focus on the neighbors. Get them rolling. And so Germany has Anschluss Austria and has eaten the Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia, which is a weirdly shaped state around Prague, pretty much. And we're currently preparing for invasions and all that good stuff. See if I can throw these guys. No, I can't assign them directly to that for some reason. That's whatever. And I figure that we'll end up joining the Axis. We are now fascist. So probably when the German Reich invades Poland, and then Poland gets called into the Allies, we'll probably get called into the Axis somewhere around the same time. So we need to start preparing for a naval invasion. And that requires that we have naval superiority on everything from here all the way over here. So we need to start working on that as soon as possible. Actually, we can send Lend-Leases too over to Japan, and yeah, we can send volunteers. Ooh. So let's send a Lend-Lease of. Surely we have some old stuff we don't need anymore. Let's send a one-time gift of. Let's send 50 towed artillery. And we'll send volunteers soon. I really want to get tanks before we send volunteers, though. Because we really need, you know, tank companies. Oh, wow. We finally got our infantry weapons filled. For now, anyway, because that's going to change each time we recruit. So, it's not going to be good for long. But as each new Marines get dropped off here, we'll start sending them out. Free dockyards. Okay, that means we have finished our carrier. And might want to start on the new battleship. And let's produce 6 of those. It's a good round number. It'll hopefully allow us to just stay in power here for a while anyway. Alright, so let's look here. We have carriers, destroyers. Alright. USS Navy Group 1. Do patrol missions over here. Actually, no, we don't need. Fuck me. And then we have 66 more ships over here. Battleship divisions, destroyer flotillas, the USS Ranger. Some more patrol missions here and here. And just try to get as much as we can down here. I really want to be able to navally invade France and everyone else. So, okay, we have Excavation 1, producing more resources. Let's get Excavation 2 while we're here. Yeah, because we produce an insane amount of oil. 24 of the United Kingdom, which isn't going to last forever. Because as soon as we can get, yeah, War Plan Red. Boom. We can go for that. We could get Embargo of the Empire once world tensions at 60%. And War Plan White as well. But like I said, I'm going to try to focus on the Monroe Doctrine first. Get Pax Americana. Yeah, fascist supporters now start a civil war. And we're going to focus on Chile. Instead of it used to be Venezuela, but now it's Chile. My guess is because Chile is like the major Democratic Party down in South America. 'Cause, I mean, no one else is really that big of Democrats. Yeah, Peru's fascist, Colombia's pretty big Democrats, but Chile's bigger. Yeah, until then, we are well on our way to being able to invade. So we're going to have to get the Iberian coast and the Bay of Biscay and the western approaches, and I think we'll be good. Not really sure how this naval invasion is going to go, but it's worth a shot. Oh, we can actually get the Bering Sea and the North Pacific. Interesting. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and... We must first and foremost see to the safety of the countries closest to us. Rather than having the enemy cross our neighbors to get to us, they'll cross us if they cross our neighbors. So that's good there. That means that both Canada and Mexico will be getting some good democratic support. Oh, and we have 250 now. Awesome. That's really good. Awesome. So we could probably get South America, Central America, Caribbean Sphere. Let's get Caribbean Sphere. Start there. Modify the government. Superior firepower expert. And yeah, that took all of our stuff. There goes our political power again. Naval bases here. Set these guys on a patrol mission. And then do the same for the rest of them. Search and destroy. Set up convoy rating along here. Awesome. We have a new fighter. We'll go ahead and grab... I don't know. I might as well grab the naval variant. Also means we should probably switch our production over to... I'm not going to mess with it until we get the naval variant anyway. Never mind. Once we get the naval variant, we'll switch our production over to that one, so we have something to refill our carriers with. 1939 is going to be a big year for us. 1939 is always huge. Because it makes everything you've done after that point obsolete. Yep. Soviet Union sent divisions to China. Sent divisions to, really? The German Reich sent 3 divisions to China? Wow. Did not expect that. Are the Germans still winning? Yeah, they are. Hey Chu, how's it going, man? Information flying. I think I'm gonna go for the strategic destruction. Yep. Get air superiority, and then focus down that tree a little bit. And we can see the results of our meddling and affairs here. You can see that the National Unity Party, aka the fascist, rising in Canada and Mexico. I mean, oh, they even went, yeah, U.S. influence, but they went Liberty Ethos. Oh well. If we had political power, I would say boost the political output here, but... Chu, why are you cold and wet, man? That's nasty, Chu. Yep, import 16 from Japan. Honestly, that's more than we need. We can get an extra factory out of that. Because we don't need chromium anymore now we're not making freaking airships. Yeah, now that we're producing only battleships. Need a lot less chromium for that for some reason. Go figure, right? Oh, we have air experience. I forgot about that. So, what we could do is we could change some of this aircraft around. Range. So we'll probably end up doing that to some of our bombers when we get better bombers. Probably try to save most of that till 1940. Yeah, naval bombers for 1940. That's probably where we're going to start looking at changing it over. Strat bombers, yep. Until then, though, we're just going to focus on nothing. Caribbean Sphere. The Caribbean islands offer the perfect location to launch strikes against our eastern coast or the Panama Canal. So, of course, we must make it clear that no hostile takeovers of this area will be permitted. And I was going to get military construction, but the world tension is back down to 29. Which sucks. But, I mean, we can either wait it out and see if it'll go back up the next day or so. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Diplomats from Germany and the Soviet Union have concluded what observers are describing as a historic agreement today with the signing of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Named after German forceman Joachim von Ribbentrop and his Soviet counterpart, Vyacheslav-Molotov. This non-aggression pact stipulates that neither side will ally itself to nor aid an enemy of the other. Foreign diplomats warn that this treaty effectively gives Germany a free hand to wage war in Europe without having to fear Soviet intervention. This can't be good, and it can't. And it's not because it didn't raise the world tension at all. So, next, focus on South America. South America. And we can modify our government just a little bit more. We can't replace isolation, we're still isolated, but France bans communism. The Edouard Daladier cabinet has decreed the dissolution of the Parti Communiste Français. Ever since the Soviet Russia's silent immigration pact with Nazi Germany, there have been talks of prescribing communism in France. The decree was instead following the agreement between the two nations for the partition of Poland. Edouard Daladier took the opportunity as support for a ban rose, and even leftist papers started advocating for the abolition of the Parti Communiste Français. A drastic decision. It's a pretty normal decision. So, do you want a war industrialist, compassionate gentleman, monthly opinion? That's not bad. Robert Taft. Don't want the communist, don't want the Democrat. George Marshall might not be too bad. I think I'm gonna go for Grumman, the naval aircraft designers. Give me some more operational range and make it a little bit easier to research aircraft. Operational range is always nice. I mean, we could send volunteers to Japan. If we really wanted to, we could send volunteers to increase the war contingent. Ground support or ground support. Might as well go for that first. I mean, we could send, 2 units to Japan. I don't know how good 2 units is going to be, but we could send them anyway. And they still need so many tanks here. So many tanks. But as soon as we get all these tanks set up, it'll just be easy sailing. And we have, right now, factories working overtime. So I think I'm actually going to move a few of the military factories up. Try to get these done as quickly as possible, because as we start getting military construction and the giant wakes, we will be pretty good to go. Like, as soon as we get the giant wakes, everything is out the window. Like, no holds barred, just straight up destroying shit. Got 7 days on our naval carrier, 3 days on our industry, and I might just save up that time, because I'm going to want to get more industry in 1939. So I'm just going to let this research save. We can save up to 30 days, so might as well. Yep. I might want to do the same here, actually, because there's a lot of stuff. And we can. So stupid. Computing machine. I forgot that exists. Alright, let's add the rest of these Marines into this naval plan here. And I think that it'll be pretty good to invade that way. I don't know, exactly how the execution will work, but it sounds like a good idea to me. So I'm just excited to take Brest, and so I think the German Reich has to be closing in on Danziger War. We don't know yet because I'm an idiot and didn't take computing machine earlier, but we'll see soon. Yeah, right? Existing in junk. Computers exist. I forget they exist. Oh well. It happens. I just wish these tanks would happen faster. I might as well stop producing infantry weapons at all and focus on light tank. Because as soon as infantry weapons 2 hit, everything we produce, all of this stuff was useless. So we might as well start looking at sending a Lend-Lease back over to Japan for all of our extra infantry equipment as soon as we get weapons too. Yeah, in storage 4,000, so go ahead and send 1,000 over there. So we are, you know, ever slowly sending 1,000, and it's weird that our Lend-Lease doesn't build world tension, but it's whatever. And 1939 has come around, so that means we can get weapons 2. In 145 days, we're gonna have to research. We have to switch all this production back around. Luckily, you know, weapons 2 is offset at 1939 medium tanks as well. So we want the lead. We want the medium tanks. We're gonna have to sort of say screw all these light tanks we had as well, or we can throw the light tanks in with the mediums. Doesn't really matter. Oh, our guy looks really, really evil. It might just be the beard, but he looks evil as shit. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. We are researching computers, because apparently, you know, those are things still. We are claiming, we're putting our foot down in Central America pretty much. Increasing the fascist support from within. Doing it there, and increasing fascist support here as well. And you see the fascists in Canada are building. And now we're doing the same for Central America. It would be unthinkable to let any foreign power take control of or even be able to threaten the Panama Canal. As such, we will guarantee the independence of all the Central American nations. So I'm going to go ahead and go for South America on that. Actually, oh, we are so close to being at 30%. It's like every time I get close. Oh well, so go for South America. And yeah. We'll start sending people to get U.S. influence. Colonial empires must never again be able to expand into South America. Into South American. That's paradox typos, yay. We shall guarantee the independence of our southern brothers to keep them safe. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. I will see you guys again next time.